Uh, I don't think people read enough anymore. Let me explain. I don't know. I was just kind of thinking about how reading is such a forgotten thing that not as many people do it because of social media and technology, that sort of stuff. But it's such a hidden gem that I don't think people realize. It gives you just such focus, and I guess I've come from both sides. Growing up, I never actually liked reading. I kind of hated it. I would avoid it at all costs. I don't know why, because I never tried it before. But like, I think into high school, maybe my junior year, that's when I started to pick it up, and I was like, this isn't that bad. I read, I think, 1984 by George Orwell for the first time. I read the Jurassic Park books, and I just kind of started to fall in love with the lost art. And before I even knew it, I was cranking out books left and right. Before that, the longest it ever took me to read a book was a year and a half. And then after I really got into reading, I read a book in 2 weeks, in a week, read a book in a couple days. In a day, I read multiple books in one day, and it just kind of stockpiled onto each other. For me, I feel like it's something so useful that people don't understand, because sure, TV shows are great, movies are good, social media is alright, but reading a book and actually having that feeling of accomplishment is just something you can't get from a lot of things, and it just feels so good. You've never heard someone say, oh, I just watched 100 movies, or I just watched 100 reels and I feel awful. But if you ever hear someone say, I just read 100 books, they never sound sad, they never sound exhausted, they sound fulfilled, they sound happy. It's one of those things that's not actually taking away from your energy, and it's more giving you hope, giving you value. And I feel like this is something a lot of people see anymore, because I don't know, I don't think a lot of people understand how valuable time and attention is, and I'm a hypocrite of that. I spend too much of my time every day not doing the things I should be. I should be focusing more on the things that matter in my life, but I don't, and I feel like it's just human nature. But reading is just a good thing to do, and it's so easy to implement. There's so many ways you can start reading. You can look up books on your phone. Just look up a book in a PDF, and it'll pop up on Google. You can download like a library card app that's from like your local library. You can go to your local library. You can buy cheap books. You can get free books. People will just give books to you if you really ask. And there's just so many different ways you can actually read. And the time, I just don't understand. You could read a page a night before you go to bed. That's it. You can read a page when you wake up. You can listen to a part of an audiobook just when you're walking. You could do a daily walk and listen to a book. It's not that hard to not read. The only issue I think people have is when they think of reading, they think of academia. They think of hours of reading and studying for long tests. But I don't think a lot of people understand that. Something I didn't understand either was that books can actually kind of be relaxing. I've never been the type of person to, after a long day of the work, whatever, to be like, oh, I'm gonna kick back and read this really good book. No, that just sounded stupid to me. I would say, let's watch a movie, let's play a video game, let's go to sleep. Read a book? Really? That just sounds lame. But then as I got more into reading, sometimes I'd rather, when I wake up, instead of doom scrolling, I'm too busy reading my book and I get nothing done with my day because it's all I do. I'll wake up and I'll be like, oh, I have to do stuff, whatever. And then I just pick up my book and I read. And it's such a nice feeling that sure you wasted your morning for a couple hours or whatever, but compare your morning wasted to someone who just went on TikTok all day. And I think it actually heals your brain because it just gives you, like I've said, more attention. But there's another aspect of it that you just see the world differently. You can develop different viewpoints. Like, you know how people say, when I watch a movie, I watch like a Ryan Gosling movie and I think, oh, he's literally me. Like in the new Project Hail Mary, oh my god, I want to be a teacher now because of that movie. But it's things like that where it's like, I'm sorry, I'm driving around. I just saw a horde of geese, and I've never seen that before. Yeah, that was really random. There's a lady getting out of her car to take them off the road because they were like in the middle of it. Anyway, yeah, attention. Reading really helps that. I forgot what I was talking about. Something about, okay. With Ryan Gosling, with movies, you know the memes where it's like, oh, he's literally me. Imagine getting that from like an hour and a half movie versus reading like a really good book for, let's say it's like 200, 300, 400 pages. Say it takes you maybe like a week, a month, or a set amount of time. Let's say it takes you 6 hours to read total. Just imagine how much over that time you're really connecting to this person, connecting to this author, this theme, this idea. And it really changes who you are. It changes your mindset, it changes your beliefs. And I don't think I'd be the same person ever if I wasn't into reading, or if I didn't read the books I read. And I'm sure in the future I can surely say that the books I will read will continue to change me forever. So yeah, next time someone asks, why don't you read? I don't know. That was kind of stupid. What was I trying to say with that? I don't know.